What's up, guys? Welcome back to another tier list video. Today we're going to be looking at Terraria Pets. Now this list is not going to include master mode pets or light pets or pets that I guess you can use as a mount, but this is just going to be base game pets. There's going to be some legacy pets, and to explain the list a little bit, there is no F. I personally don't think there's any F tier pets. I feel like if you get a pet, you're pretty excited, and there's different scenarios where you'd want one more than the other, or I don't know. I personally don't think there's any F tier pets. So it's S through D. So yeah, first I would say the first pet we have baby dinosaur. Personally, I would put the baby dinosaur in S tier as one of my favorite pets. I always thought it was really cool how you get it. You get it from an extractinator. It's higher chance to get it from fossils that you get in the desert biome. It gives you an ambered mosquito. I think it's a 1 out of 8,000 to get from silt normally. I don't know what it is with the fossils, but it's easier to get. I'm gonna put it low A for now. I might move it later. All right, next we have Baby Eater. Baby Eater you get from Eater of Worlds with an Eater's Bone. With a rough guess, I'd say it's like a 1 in 50 chance or something like that. This guy, he's pretty cool. I'll throw him a low B. I feel like, yeah, around. I feel like he's a little better than a base tier pet because he's pretty special when you get him. Overall, pretty cool pet. All right, next we have Baby Face Monster, which is similar to the Eater's Bone, except it's from the Brain of Cthulhu. This guy is pretty funny. The less OG because it's Crimson, but he's pretty funny. I feel like he's not as good as the Baby Eater though. I feel like I'll put him right behind the Baby Eater. I think is a good spot because I personally like the Baby Eater a little bit more, but he's pretty funny and pretty much on the same tier. All right, next we have the Baby Grinch. You get this from the Baby Grinch Mischief Whistle. It's pretty hard to say, which is from the Ice Queen. This guy's pretty funny. I'll put him around B tier. He's kind of nice. I think it's a cool concept of a pet. I think it's a little better than the Baby Eater. I'd say he's pretty cute, pretty funny looking. I kind of like him. He kind of looks like he's taking a poop. Kind of just no. It's hard to see. Yeah, he kind of looks like he's taking a poop. It's kind of funny. All right, so I'll put him like mid B tier. Alright, next we have the Baby Hornet. You get this from Nectar from Queen Bee. I would put him at high C, I'd say. I don't think it's nearly as special as the Baby Eater or Baby Face Monster. I think it's just around the same chance to get it, but these bosses, they're around the same stage. I like them more. When you're in the jungle, you see enough hornets. Yeah, I don't think I need to say anymore. All right, next we have Baby Imp. This is the first 1.4 pet, I believe. This is a pretty cool one. You get from the Slice of Hell cake from a shadow chest. After you beat Skeletron, you go into Hell, and you obtain this guy. Probably, he's pretty common. I'm not the biggest fan, but let me just reorganize this real quick. I feel like I'll throw Baby Grinch high B, then Face Monster, and then Baby Imp. I feel like that's a good spot. But for now, I think this is pretty solid. I don't think it's anything below a B tier. All the 1.4 pets are really cool. All right, next we have Baby Penguin. This is another OG pet. I think this is a 1.2 pet. You get it from the fish. It's just called Fish, and you get it from frozen chests. Pretty rare. I think it's around the same chance as these guys, but there's less of the chests in the world, so it's pretty rare. It's a pretty cool pet. When you get it, it's. I mean, like I said, it was pretty rare. I kind of like the rare pets personally. When he flies, he kind of like, has like a little fart trail or whatever. Little, kind of like a Spectre boot trail. Not the best flying animation, but it's overall a really cool pet. I like it. Pretty OG pet, like I mentioned. I'll put it low A for now. Might move it around, but I think low A is pretty solid. Alright, next we have another 1.4 pet, the Baby Red Panda. You get this from the bamboo leaf from the traveling merchant. I believe it's pre-hard mode. I think it costs like a plat. It's pretty expensive. This one's pretty nice. I like this pet. I think it's below the baby penguin. I think it's a solid A tier. Like I mentioned, the 1.4 pets are all really cool. It's a pretty cute pet. I think a low A is pretty solid. Nothing too special, but it's pretty cool. I might bump it to low B, maybe, but I think for now, I think low A is solid. All right, next we have baby Skeletron head. Now this you get from a bone key from the Dungeon Guardian. Now this is a really hard one to get. Well, depending on who you ask, if you use teleporters or bullets in a new world. Remember getting this one with teleporters back in, I think it was like 1.2 on mobile. Probably even before that. I don't even remember, but it was a pretty special guy at the time when I got it. I like him. I think he's cool. I think it's a cool concept for a pet. I'll put him a solid A tier. I don't quite feel like it's S tier. It does do a cool spin around animation, but it's not. I would prefer the baby dinosaur over it. It's a lot more special though. I'll give it that. Yeah, I think it's not necessarily worth the grind for unless you have endgame gear, but if you manage to get it, it is an achievement and a good one at that. Baby Truffle is up next. This is the strange glowing mushroom sold by the traveling merchant. So this is a hard mode item. What would that be? After playing Terraria, I guess. This is the truffle. This guy's pretty cute. I feel like he's overlooked. Now that I'm re-looking at this list, I feel like I'll swap him for the baby Grinch, and I kind of am changing my mind about the baby Grinch. I feel like, yeah, I kind of like that more than the baby face monster. I kind of like the baby eater the most. Just when it first came out, it was pretty cool. But overall, all B tier. I think the baby truffle's a little overlooked, so I think high B is a solid area for that. All right, next we have the baby werewolf. Now, actually, I don't think I haven't gotten this guy. This is sold by the zoologist during a full moon, I believe, because it's called a full moon squeaky toy. That's a 1.4 item. I haven't really messed with this guy, but he's kind of cool, I'd say. I would have a bias because I haven't messed with him. I think I'll throw him in B, just because I haven't messed with him. But I think the sprite looks pretty cool, and it's a 1.4 pet, so I'm assuming it is a pretty good pet. Next we have Bernie. Now I haven't gotten this pet either, and it's another 1.4 pet. This is sold by the princess, and it's Bernie's button. I'm assuming some of these are references. I do not know which references these are. This one kind of looks like a Five Nights at Freddy's thing, but yeah, probably not that. This one's a little weird. I don't know. I'll put it C tier. Okay, next we have the black cat. I haven't gotten this one either. This is another pretty OG one, I think. It is 1.2. I've seen it. I don't think I've ever gotten it though, because it's a 1 out of 150 chance from a goodie bag during the Halloween event, and so it's pretty rare. I have never gotten one, and I have thousands of hours in this game, so it is quite rare. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure it goes on a broom when it's the flying animation. Custom animation is pretty cool. I think I'll throw it low A. I haven't gotten it, and I haven't messed with it too much, so I don't think it can go much higher than this, but it's a pretty special one. Pretty rare. I think it's pretty cool. Alright, next we have the bunny pet from the Carrot, which I'm pretty sure you could. There's a legacy version of this, which you get like a... No, that was the hamster, or the guinea pig from a cabbage. I get those confused. I swear you might be able to get this one in the mobile version, but on this list is from the collector's edition, which I know you can get it from New Player's Inventory. Collector's version of Terraria. This is a pretty cool pet. It being exclusive to the collectors, as I just mean as a pet. It's not anything really cool. I'm pretty sure it has the same animation as like the baby penguin, for example. I'll throw it in B. I'll throw it in B. All right, next we got Chester. Now this guy, this is a pet. Now I don't like to rock this guy that much. I'll be honest, because there's the money trough, which is a similar purpose. This is the first, and I think only pet that has a double purpose that you can use it as a piggy bank. For that, I'm gonna have to throw it in S. This guy's really good. I recommend you use him. I like having another pet or just a different pet that looks cooler if I'm sick of Chester, but a pre-hard mode for getting this guy from Deer Clops with the eye bone, very nice to have. I think this is a solid pet. I think it's probably the best one of the game just because it has the best use of using it as a piggy bank. You don't have to use a money trough. It's very nice. Alright, next we got the rarest, quote-unquote rarest pet, the companion cube. This is a pretty old one, I think. Maybe it's 1.3. It must be 1.3. It says it on the thing. This is a solid pet. Has a lot of Easter eggs. It's the most expensive thing in the game, I'm pretty sure. Sold by the traveling merchant. Very expensive. I don't quite think it's worth 5 platinum, but it's very rare. I think I'll throw it. I'm gonna throw it in A. Let me just resort these real quick. This is looking solid. Yeah, I think it's probably better than the black cat, but I don't think it's better than the baby red panda. I think this is a solid place for it. Now I've gotten this guy in my shop or bought him more than like baby penguin, for example, or even just I haven't even gotten the where is it? Oh, the black cat. So a lot of people say it's like the rarest thing in the game, but not really. Kind of, maybe. I don't know. It's not even the rarest thing in his shop, I'm pretty sure, but it may, or maybe rarest pets. I don't know. All right, next on the list, we have the cursed sapling, which you get from the morning wood. It's called the same thing. This one is pretty good. There's a little fire trail to it. It's a 1.3 item, I think. Maybe 1.2 is a pretty cool pet. I'll throw this one. I think low A tier. It's a solid pet. I like this one. Next, we have another 1.4 pet that I have not experimented with too much. I think I've seen it before. The Dynamite Kitten from the Ball of Fused Wire. I don't know when you get this guy, but it's a 1.4 pet. He's pretty cool. And getting to the territory where it's hard to judge them. I think it's around here. I think it's a little better than the cursed sapling, but I think it's a solid A tier. In fact, I might just move the cursed sapling down a little bit. I think that's solid. So high B, cursed sapling. I think Dynamite Kitten deserves an A spot. All right. Next we have a pet I didn't know existed, but I knew that their item existed. It's called Esty from the Celestial Wand, 1.4 pet. So this guy is sold by the traveling merchant. And I've always seen it, and I've never bought it. I think it's like 50 gold. It's always like pre-hard mode whenever I see it. Pretty cool pet. I guess I'll throw it in C. I don't really know what it looks like. Okay, I just looked at the wiki. It doesn't look like anything too special, so I'm gonna throw it in the high C tier. It seems kind of cool. It's supposed to represent a fallen star, apparently. So that's an interesting concept. yeah, I think C tier is a solid spot. All right, next on the list we have the eyeball spring. This is an item or a pet that you get from Izor, and it's called eyeball spring. Is the item that you get from Izor, and you get this little bouncy guy. It's pretty cool, and it's a solid pet. I used to get a lot of these guys, and he's a little creepy looking, but I think it's a solid. I think it's a solid C tier. I think this might be a cooler pet. Sells for a plat, by the way, not 50 gold. I was a little wrong about that. Yeah. Okay. Next we have the Fennec Fox. This is another, believe it or not, traveling merchant pet. Exotic chew toy. Get this guy. This is a pretty cool pet, I gotta say. As far as the pets that you buy, I think this is a solid pet. I'm gonna rearrange these a little bit. I feel like these are better than the other store-bought pets. And I think this one is a solid right here. I'd put it above the baby red panda and the dynamite kitten. I think that's solid. All these are pretty A tier pets, I'd say. A lot of the 1.4 pets. This is another 1.4 pet, by the way. Okay, next, speaking of traveling merchant pets, we have another traveling merchant pet, the glittery butterfly. I haven't seen this guy too much. It's the bedazzled nectar. This is a 1.4 pet, I believe. I haven't seen too much of it, but I'm pretty sure it's just a butterfly. Sold for a plat. Yeah, I've seen this. It's an alright pet. I think it's a solid C tier. I feel like it's a little below the Fallen Star. I just like the concept of the Fallen Star a little bit more. I might move it up to B tier. We'll see. But yeah, I think solid C tier for the glittery butterfly. It's just a butterfly. What can I say? All right, now we got a pretty rare one that I haven't seen too much of. The Gloomer. The Gloomer. This is dropped by Derplings, which are a hard mode thing. I think I've gotten this guy once. It's kind of cool. I feel like this is from Don't Starve. Kind of looks like a Don't Starve creature. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't played Don't Starve too much, but I think it's maybe dropped on that seed. Yeah, just check the wiki. It's a pet that you get. It's a 1/40 chance on the Don't Starve world. So yes, I was correct about that. You get from the Gloomer Spiral Derpling. I would say it's a solid B tier. It's a cool concept. I like it. I like the crossovers. I'll put it right here. Speaking of crossovers, another crossover. This is from the, oh god, I'm blanking on the event, but it's the Horde Dragon from the Dragon Egg from the Dark Mage. This is a pretty cool pet, kind of. You can get it pretty early in the game. It's nothing above C tier, if I'm gonna be completely honest. I'll put it like right here. I think this is a solid spot. Second thought, I'm gonna move this around. I feel like I'm not giving the eyeball spring as much credit as is due. It's a pretty cool pet, I'd say. You get a lot of them, so I'm not too enthusiastic about it, but I think it's solid right there. This pet's kind of weird. I honestly, just because you get the princess, it's all the NPCs. It's a pretty more interesting item. I might throw the baby hornet in D tier, honestly, because it's kind of weird. I'm gonna throw the Horde Dragon there. It honestly might go D. I like crossovers, and I don't really understand the crossover, but it doesn't do anything. It just sits there. Now, speaking of crossovers, yet again, Junimo from the Star Drop. Once you give the Dryad some Joja Cola, I didn't know this pet existed. I knew there was a crossover for Terraria and Stardew. Now this is a really cool pet. It's a reference to like one of the little apple guys from Stardew. It's pretty cool. I actually haven't gotten this guy. I didn't know it was in the game. It's really complex to get because you fish up the Joja Cola and then you give it to the Dryad or something. There's like some portal thing I've heard. I'm not entirely sure of how to get it. I've just heard the portal thing. I've never seen it. Yeah, I don't know what. Maybe it was like a trailer. Anyways, I think pretty solid pet. I feel like this guy. I think this guy goes next to the Gloomer. I haven't really seen him, but I really like Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley's a solid game. I'm more of a Terraria kind of guy, but Stardew is very cool. Similar type of game in terms of look and indie. I'd recommend checking out. Anyways, Little Harpy is the next one. This guy from the Birdie Rattle from the Traveling Merchant, another Traveling Merchant pet. This one's pretty cool. It's another 1.4 pet. I don't remember it looking like this. I guess I haven't bought the Birdie Rattle too much. It's a pretty cool pet. I've gotten this guy before. It's kind of forgettable, so I don't think I'm gonna put him much above B tier. I think this guy is nothing above B tier. It's nothing special per se, but it is a solid pet. I think it's better than the Glittery Butterfly and SC. Yeah, I would put. Oh, this is tough. Just because I haven't seen it before, I'm gonna put the Baby Werewolf down here. Just because it's sold from the furry. She was kidding, joke. I'm gonna put this guy right here. I think that's a solid spot. Oh, yeah, that's solid. Solid B tier. Oh, okay. Next one, the Lizard. This is dropped from the Lizard guys, spelled with an H. This is dropped by the Lizard guys, spelled with an H in the Golem Temple. It's called the Lizard Egg, and it gives you this little lizard guy. This is a pretty cool item. Little cool guy that I haven't gotten much of. I like this pet. I think he's cool. I'm gonna throw him in the A tier. I'm not exactly sure where. I think I'm gonna put him. I just like how it's just actually just a lizard. I think it's pretty funny. I think it's just solid right there. I think it's solid A tier. I kind of like him more than the Baby Red Panda though. I'm gonna move these guys a little bit. I think there we go. Oops, it's kind of overlapping. There we go. All right. Next we got the Mini Minotaur, which is dropped from iron crates from fishing at any point in the game. It's tartar sauce. I think it's reference to Tobuscus. I'm fairly certain by that since he has an actual song like Minotaur, tiny Minotaur, tiny Minotaur, tiny Minotaur, or whatever the heck it goes like. Just because Tobuscus is kind of cringe and fell off and is conservative, I'm gonna throw him in. I'm gonna throw this in the D tier, above the Baby Hornet though, because I hate hornets in the jungle. I'll be honest. Anyways, politics aside, now we have the Parrot. This is sold by the Pirate in the Ocean Biome. It's a Parrot Cracker. I haven't bought this pet. It's never been an interest of mine. It's a solid pet though. I think it's a solid C tier pet. Yeah, I think it's a solid C tier pet. It's nothing special. It's nothing that you seek out to get, but when you see it and you buy it for the first time, it's like it's a solid pet. It's a solid pet. I'll use him for a bit. Sort of my perspective of it. All right, next we have Pigman. Pigman. This is another thing it's dropped from Corruption and Crimson Creatures. I think it's kind of rare to get. It might be constant only. I don't think it is though. Gives you this little Pigman pet. Drops monster meat, which gives you this Pigman pet. Excuse me. And he's a solid little guy. It's a reference to the little pig guys in Don't Starve. I like those guys. They're pretty cool. I haven't played much of the game, but I would still put it. I'd say it's a B tier. I think it's I think it's next to the gloomer guy. I think it's a little below, but right near him. I think it's near him. If I use this pet more, I might prefer it over the pygmy, but I just like the reference. I really like the Dorn Starve update. I think it's a solid B tier. All right, next we have Plantario. Plantero. This is a little funny guy. 1.4, I believe. Sold from the zoologist, Mudbud. Now I haven't bought this guy. I didn't know he existed, to be honest. The zoologist sells a lot of pets I did not know about. I will for sure have to check them out. But this guy sells for 50 gold. Bought from the zoologist after Plantera, which is pretty obvious. I think it's a solid pet. I haven't played with him too much, so I'm not gonna throw him in S tier. But I think a solid A tier. It looks like a cool pet. I haven't experimented with him too much. He's got 2 stages apparently. I think that's the flying stage. I don't know why they include that in the wiki and not the other pets. Maybe it's like a custom animation or something, but it's a pretty cool pet. I'm just gonna throw him in A tier. I haven't experimented with him too much, so A. My thoughts would probably change if I had bought him before and whatnot. All right, next we have the Propeller Gato Egg. Propeller Gato Egg is dropped from the Dark Mage. It's called the Gato Egg. Similar to the Horde Dragon. I think it's better than the Horde Dragon, personally. I think you both get them similar stage in the game. I'm pretty sure this is later. I'm not entirely sure. He's a little funny guy, a little cat with a propeller. I like him. I'm gonna throw him. I think he goes. I think he. No, he's better than the Grinch. I think. Yeah, right there. Next to the other guys implemented and the crossovers. A lot of crossover pets. It's really cool. I like that about Terraria. All right, I think that's a solid spot. It's a pretty good pet. I like it. I haven't used him too much, and he kind of just sits there, so I don't think it's anything above B tier. I think it's solid mid B tier. It's pretty good. All right, next we have the Sapling. This guy is dropped from Plantera. It's called a Seedling. It's like the OG version of Plantero, I believe, from my understanding. This is a pretty interesting pet. It's nothing special. It's pretty old. I think it's a 1.2 pet. It's a solid pet. I'm gonna throw it in C tier. I think after the butterfly, it's nothing special, and I don't think at this stage in the game, I don't think I would ever use it over a pet I already have. But he's a little cute seed guy. He's a little cute guy. He's fitting for the boss. I like him, but I think it's a solid C tier. Okay, next but not least, we have the puppy. This is a very cool pet. You get this guy from, for sure, it's a 1.2 guy. It's from the presents. Gives you a dog whistle during the Christmas events. And it's a little cute puppy guy. Little cute puppy. Nothing special for the flying animation, similar to the black cat. I like this guy. He's just a puppy, a little puppy guy. Nothing too special like the black cat. It's rare. It is rare, I will say. I think. Oh, this is tough. I'll throw him back here just because he doesn't have a cool little flying animation. I'm gonna throw him in the low A. I do like this guy though. He's also very rare, considering he's only dropped in the Christmas events. All right, next we have the spider. Is dropped from Pumpkin, and the little pet thing is called Spider Egg. This is a little outdated item. I feel it's not bad per se. I don't think any of these pets are bad, to be fair. But this one, I've always ignored it, to be honest. I think crawls in the background similar to the spider pets that you get. It's just the summon, the spider summons. It's not too special. I'm gonna throw it. Okay, well, let me redo this a little bit. I think we go like that. There we go. Yeah, I think that's a solid area. I don't like the Horde Dragon that much. I was giving it more credit than it actually was. Okay. Next we have the Shadow Mimic. Little chest guy, Shadow Mimic guy. This is a pretty cool pet. You get this pre-art mode, Ornate Shadow Key 1.4 from Shadow Chest after Skeletron, similar to the Baby Imp. This one's a pretty cool one. I honestly prefer this over the Baby Imp, but not by that much. I think it's solid right here. Baby Face Monster. I think I would probably have the Shadow Mimic over the Babyface Monster, but this guy's pretty rare. I don't know. I think this is a solid spot for it. I like both of them. They're both good pets. It's solid right there. I might move the Baby Grinch down actually. I think I'll swap. How do we do this? Okay, Shadow Mimic there. I think Then Babyface Monster after the Baby Grinch. Similar to the I'm rethinking the Baby Grinch. Similar to the the spider. A flaw of it is that once you get this guy, you usually have a better pet. So he's not the coolest. Similar to the Baby Truffle, but I do think that he's overlooked. So I do want to put him higher on B tier. But yeah, I think Shadow Mimics for sure at least B. It's a very cool pet. I'll put him over the Propeller guy. I think he's cooler than that, to be honest. Yeah, I think this is a solid spot for him. He's a solid B tier for sure. It's a very interesting pet. I'm glad they added this into the game. But it is kind of just a mimic. Anyways, all right. Next, next we got the Baby Shark Pup, 1.4 exclusive shark bait from Water Chests. Every water boots hunter bane of their existence. This guy is so annoying to get. Now, it's a bad pet. I'll be honest. Like it's an eyesore. It floats around all the time. It always grabs your attention, and you just don't want him from a water chest. I will say. I'm gonna throw him in the D tier for sure, but I feel like there's worse pets. This is tough. I really don't like. This is tough. I'm gonna put him at the end. I'll be fair. I rock him sometimes. Whenever I don't have another pet, I do rock him. I will admit. But he is just objectively the worst pet. I'll be real. I'm not gonna kid myself. This is definitely the worst pet. Even worse than the conservative over here. Not sure what Tobuscus is doing right now. I've heard he's hanging with the wrong crowd. But yeah. Anyways, Spiffo. This is from Project Zomboid. I'm pretty sure it's a reference to that. It's a Spiffo plush. This is like a really rare chance to get from a zombie. I think it's like 1 in 6,000 or something. I've gotten this guy on occasion. Pretty cool pet. I like him. I haven't played Project Zomboid. I've heard it's a very good game. Solid. Honestly, I might put him in A tier. He's pretty rare. I'm looking around. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of reorganizing. I don't know why Cursed Sapling is this high. I feel like these two are better. I think. Okay. I'm gonna put the Cursed Sapling after the Shadow Mimic. Move these guys. I think Propeller Gato goes there. And Spiffo plush, yeah, I think it's solid right here, next to the other game crossovers. It's a solid pet. I might put him over the Baby Eater, honestly. Yeah, I'll put him over the Baby Eater. I like him. I personally like the Baby Truffle more, but I could see an argument. I think this is a solid spot for him. All right, Perfect. I might move him up, honestly. It's a pretty cool pet. I just haven't played the game, so I haven't had an emotional connection to it, I guess. Alright, Squashling. This guy is dropped from pumpkins, which usually spawn during the pumpkin, Halloween. Jesus. You can get it from the Halloween stuff when pumpkins spawn around the world, or you can just plant them yourself and get the little Squashling. I remember getting this guy on mobile. I haven't really used him beyond that. It's a pretty interesting pet. I don't remember liking him that much. I don't know if he's quite C tier. I'm gonna throw him in low B for now. He might be C tier, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. All right, next we have the Sugar Glider. This guy is from the eucalyptus. It's from the eucalyptus sap, which is a very rare drop. It says rare drop on the wiki for some reason, but it's a very rare drop from the trees, from shaking them, so just by chopping them a little bit. It's a 1.4 guy. This is a pretty cool pet, very rare. I think I've only got him like once and like modded or something. This is a rare pet for sure. I'll throw this guy. Oh, I think he's an A tier. I think a low A at that, but he's an A tier. Yeah, I'd rather have the puppy over him. I think the puppy is slightly more rare. They're both pretty rare. This one's easier to farm for sure. Yeah, I think it's a solid. A tier. I like the Sugar Glider. His flying animation is really cool. I like that. Okay, next we got the Dirtiest Block. This one I've gotten like maybe once or twice. I think like once when 1.4 like originally came out. The Dirtiest Block, which rarely generated from dirt blocks. Yeah, I think you just mine dirt and then you have a chance of getting it, or it's like a milestone or something. Maybe it used to be that way, something like that. It's just a dirt block. He's kind of funny though. I like the concept. I'm just gonna throw him low B. I like he's a little goofy guy. I think it's funny. I like the 1.4 pets, to be honest. Despite a few of them being pretty low. I do like this one. I think he's definitely B tier. All right, next we have the Tiki Spirit, just sold from the Witch Doctor once he's in the jungle biome. Sells a Tiki Totem. I think it's like a plat 50 plat, maybe 2 plat almost. It's pretty pricey. He's a little Tiki Spirit. I think it's above your head. Maybe it follows you or something. It does a little spin thing. It's kind of cool. It's not really that worth it, but you can get a pre-hard mode, I'm pretty sure. It's just when the Tiki's in the... the Witch Doctor is in the jungle biome. It's not a bad pet. It's not... I'm going to throw it a solid C tier. I think it's a high C tier at that, but nothing above a high C tier, I'd say. It's nothing that special, and I'd rather spend my plat somewhere else. Okay, next one we got the Turtle Pet. This is my favorite pet. I like this pet a lot. He's a turtle. He just walks around kind of slow, kind of cool. Very dyeable is what I've learned. I like putting dyes on this guy. I think the Living Ocean looks pretty cool on him, personally. But this flying animation, he gets this little helicopter thing, kind of like the Spiffo plush, which is why I kind of put it in like the mid B tier, because I do like the helicopter thing. But he flies around with a little helicopter. I love it. This I'll put in the S tier. I'll throw this guy in the S tier. And honestly, I'm gonna put the baby dinosaur. I'm gonna move it up because we have a lot in A. I feel like it definitely deserves it. I might throw the baby Skeletron in S, but I think this is solid. Yeah, I think the turtle for sure is an S tier. I would put it above Chester. I would bench Chester for this guy. But Chester has more uses, and I'll be honest, like, is just overall just better. It's hard to beat Chester. Other people might disagree. You get them from seaweed from ivy chests in the jungle. It's very rare. It's similar to the baby penguin. I've gotten this guy more, so I feel like the baby penguin's a little bit more rare. I guess jungles are bigger. My favorite pet. Anyways, Volt Bunny is the next guy. This is sold by the zoologist. I have used this pet before. It's like Pikachu. I'm pretty sure it's a reference to him. I mean, it looks like it for sure. This is a solid pet. I'm pretty sure you can get a pre-hard mode. I like this pet. I think this is a solid the moving animation, he like jumps around like Pikachu. I want to use this guy more, to be honest. I haven't used him too much. I'll definitely throw him in the A tier. He's a solid A tier pet. I'll put him low A tier, but a lot of these are like either nostalgia, rarity, both, or just I'd prefer them. But this is a solid pet. I like him. He's a little Pokemon reference. If you like Pokemon, you'll like this pet for sure. Next we got the Zephyrfish. This is the last guy. This is on the last for just regular pets. The Zephyrfish, which you get from fishing. I think it's kind of rare. I remember getting this guy a decent amount. I kind of just sold him, to be honest. It's nothing too special. I'm gonna throw him C tier. I think it's a solid C tier. It's similar to the butterfly, I feel like. I haven't used this pet too much. I kind of feel bad putting it there. I feel like I'm gonna put. It's easier to get than that. I feel like this is kind of just a waste of money. I feel like rebalancing that. There we go. That's perfect. I think it's a good spot. Yeah. But wait, the tier list is not over. Although these are all the pets in computer Terraria, or I guess just modern day Terraria, I should say. There are some OG pets. These pets were in just old gen console version is what it says on the wiki, but it's on like Windows Phone, or I don't know why it says Windows Phone version. That's just kind of the same as just mobile, but yeah, anyways. These are like really old pets, a bunch of crossovers. Let's start with the bat. Now the bat is one of the few mobs, this is a very common theme, where it'll attack. I totally forgot this was in the game until I was reminded and looked at the wiki, and it has a little range attack. It's pretty cool. Drops from a vampire miner. I don't even remember this guy. I don't even think he's in the game now, but drops a vial of blood and gives you the bat. There's a little range attack. So I'm gonna throw this guy in a solid A tier. I think it belongs in the A tier. All right, next we have the guinea pig. Now, I really like this pet. I got this confused with the rabbit pet. This is a little similar guy, little bunny guy. I think this is a solid pet. I like this guy. I like him. I kind of miss him, to be honest. I'll put him a solid A tier. I'm gonna kind of rank these differently since they're not technically in the game anymore, but I'll still put them in the tiers, just a little separate. All right, next we have the slime pet. Now this one doesn't attack for you, but I do like it, so it's actually just a slime. I'll put a solid B tier. I feel like I think it's a solid B tier pet. All right, next we have the Tifia. Now this one is just a better baby hornet. It's a little different, I think. It's just like a fatter baby hornet. It's the OG baby hornet, I'm pretty sure. This guy, this is a solid. This is summoned through beeswax, by the way, and the slime was petri dish. These are all dropped from chests, and I think were later changed to the respective mob. The bat was vampire miner, as I mentioned. Cabbage was changed to the dragon snatcher. I did not know that. I don't think I ever got him from the dragon snatcher. Slime was from the shadow slimes that used to be chests and gold chests. And this one now drops from Dragon Hornet, used to be Ivy chest and gold chest. This one is also a ranged attack. I'm pretty sure it poisons mobs. So for that, I'm gonna have to put it above the bat. Just based off of the attacks, it's a ranged attack. Slime does not attack. But what does attack is the werewolf. Now you get this one, I'm pretty sure, when you're in hard mode, because it's dropped from a werewolf, but it used to be from gold chests and ivy chests, apparently, in the jungle. I don't remember ever getting it from ivy chests or the gold chests, but it's a thing. Later changed to a hard mode thing. This is definitely, I'm gonna throw this in A tier, honestly, because it does a little it's not ranged though, but it does a little melee attack. It does like 10 damage, similar to the zombie, which does a little less damage. I think it does like 7 damage. The werewolf is better for sure, and yeah, just overall throw it like that. It's just worth to have these guys, these pets. I just personally like how the guinea pig looks more. Overall, these pets right here are definitely better and probably deserve S tier, but no. In fact, S tier belongs to the worm pet. Now this guy, this bad boy over here, Worms reference, little fun game called Worms, as you know. He says random stuff and is the best for trolling. It is so annoying. This pet is so annoying. It's got to go in the S tier. In fact, let's bring up the shark pup to S tier. If we're talking about annoying. Now these bad boys, ultimate trolling. Ultimate trolling for automatically S tier for that, obviously. All right, next we have Alpha. I don't think this is a reference. You would get this from the holiday bulb. Oh yeah, by the way, the worm pet was sold, or not sold. You get it from the little worm guys in the corruption. Suspicious looking apple. You get this guy. I remember getting a lot of them. Anyways, Alpha. This is from the holiday bubble. You should get from trees during Christmas. I remember getting a lot of them. Where is he? Oh yeah, right here. I think it's a solid C tier, to be honest. I got pretty sick of him. He's a little festive guy. Next we have the Cupid. This guy's a little funny guy. He's apparently, I did not know this. I don't think I've ever equipped him because I always thought he looked a little weird. It's a light pet. He does give off a light. This is a life pet. So I'm gonna have to throw him in C tier, just because it's not. It's kind of a bad pet, honestly. If it didn't give off light, I might have even thrown it in D tier. It's a little weird, but it gives off light, so it's pretty cool. I did not know that, to be honest, when I played the game at that time. All right, next we have the old lady. Little old lady guy. She looks kind of funny. I'm gonna throw him in a solid C tier. You get this from the old walking stick, sold by the clothier during the day. So it's a pretty common thing. I forgot how much it sold for, but pretty common. Oh yeah, by the way, the Cupid you get from the broken heart. You get a broken heart from gems. Any gem during the Valentine's Day event, I guess. This is what the wiki says. It's a little weird. Anyways, last but not least, we have the pet turkey, which if you use, I like this guy. I like this little turkey guy. It's a little funny pet. If you right click stuffing, you would get the Turkor the Ungrateful, which would give you an infinite healing potion for like, I think it was like 120 health or something. That item was broken, absolutely broken. I think I still use it in my mobile worlds. Yeah, I like this pet. It is a solid pet. Honestly, I'm gonna throw it in A tier. I think it's a solid A tier pet. I think below the guinea pig, to be honest. I like that pet. It also gives you a broken item from the boss. So honestly, I'll throw it above the guinea pig. I was letting nostalgia get over me for the guinea pig. I do like the guinea pig a lot. All right, that's my tier list. If you feel strongly about a pet, leave it in the comments or anything. Feel like I underrated, like Bernie or the where is it? Yeah, SD. Like, I haven't used those pets before. Let me know. Want to see more tier lists? Let me know as well. And with that said, take care and bye-bye. Hope you guys have a good day.